Hello, and welcome to the podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Matt.
I'm Andrew.
And on today's episode, we're going to change things up a little bit. We're going to do a little something a little different. We're going to give a State of the Union of the Dad Lab podcast. We're going to let you guys in on some news that have been going on surrounding the podcast. It's just going to be a little different. We're going to exchange Christmas gifts because we weren't able to get together over Christmas. So we're going to open up Christmas gifts live here on the air. And then, who knows, maybe a little college football championship preview since we're recording on a Monday afternoon. Maybe talk super wild card weekend from this past weekend in the NFL. And I don't know. We're just going to do a short little update pod and yeah. So here we go. So like I mentioned in the intro, there is a little bit of news that I need to share with all you 12 people that have stuck in here with us. Last week, probably Wednesday of last week, I received an email. I forget his last name, but his name was his first name was Sergey. And it was basically a cease and desist letter or email without the lawyers involved.
It was a very polite letter.
It was very polite, very nice professional, nice about it. But basically, he sent me an email saying that he owns the name The Dad Lab. And I don't know how I didn't catch this whenever I was doing research for names or when we were doing research for names. But basically, he owns the name The Dad Lab, and he sent me the link to the trademark and the patent. I believe he is a I know he has a trademark. It may be copyrighted too, but then he sent me links to his Facebook, his Instagram, and his YouTube. And his YouTube, he has like 2 million subscribers.
Yeah,
he's
got
YouTube.
Like 2 million more people that listen than
exactly.
we do. So he obviously has the rights to that.
Yeah. So, that's kind of where we're at. So he's like, "Hey, I'm going to give you a couple weeks to change the name, kind of change all everything. Your social media, your artwork, change the podcast titles. So basically, we're going to come up with a new name. We're not going anywhere. The new podcast will come in the same feed. It'll come in the same, the same way you're listening to it now. It's just going to have it's just going to have a different name. We're going to keep our format. And we just got to come up with a new name. We got to go in a different direction.
Yeah. And I talked to Claire, too, who did our artwork, and it should be, like, no problem changing all that. She was excited about it, so all we need is a good name, and from there we can tackle it, but coming up with a good name is way more difficult.
And Andrew had the idea of, if you guys out there have any suggestions, in the next 2-3 days, next week, holler at us, let us know. I know a lot of you have either one or both of our cell phones personally. Text us or write in. If you don't, write in and let us know at the dadlabpod@gmail.com. While that's still live.
That's going to have to change.
Yeah, that's going to have to change. That's going to be dead here in about a week. So, but if you have our phone numbers, reach out to us or write us on Instagram or Twitter, which again is going away. But we're not going anywhere. We just wanted to give you a quick update and see if we could ask your help in helping us come up with a name.
Yeah, and don't worry about bad suggestions for names because Claire's already suggested the Daddy-O's, the Cool Guys,
and the best one,
and the Hatchie Heartthrob. So the names can only go up from there because those are terrible suggestions. So we're open to any and all suggestions because it's more difficult than it seems to come up with a name that's going to stick with you.
Yeah, because
I felt good about our name. I had no idea.
Yeah, because as I thought of one, or as one would pop in my head, I would get on iTunes and I would search it, and sure enough, there'd be one with that exact name or one like super close. I think I read a stat. There's like 20 or 30 million active podcasts.
Holy shit!
in the world. So, I mean, picking a name is hard. So.
Yeah, because we've come up with good ones that we liked, and then we cross-checked it, and it's like, yeah, someone got that like 4 years ago. So.
Exactly.
So,
and I don't know what the rules are. Like, some of them I looked like, yeah, it's there's a podcast with that name, but they haven't posted an episode since 2014. Like, how does that work? Do they still own it?
I think you can dispute it, actually, because I was talking to my brother-in-law last night, and he's on Spotify as a recording artist, and someone else was, but they have like 12, like a small number of listeners, and they haven't released anything in like years. So he was able to do something with Spotify where he disputed it, and he actually got the rights to his name on Spotify.
Yeah.
Because he's a recording artist that's still active. So, because when you searched Dakota Smith, it would come up with this lady. She was like a gospel singer. Well, he was able to prove that she's not doing anything. She's not recording. She has no listeners, and I am. And he actually got the rights to his own name to come up first.
Well, that's good. Well, maybe we can do something
so I know
like that on iTunes or something.
So maybe we might have to we have to prove, or we have to do something to show. But yeah, if no one's been active on that, then let us have the name. Let us get that space.
Cool. So yeah, so that's a little update. December was weird for us. Andrew's job, the month of December for him is hell month.
Yeah, it's sun up, sun down.
Yeah, and add that in with the holidays, and we got families meeting on different days, and
then it's birthdays after holidays too.
My son's birthday was 2 days ago, and so it was kind of a nightmare trying to get everybody on the same page for a recording there in December, especially at the end.
We were planning on our first guest too.
Yeah,
I was looking forward to that.
We had our first guest lined up, and
which we can save that because we watched. Did you watch the movie that he suggested?
I haven't watched it yet.
See, I watched it one night. He wanted to watch True Lies, so we had that picked out, and we had a Mount Rushmore picked out, but it was kind of tailored for Ryan. So we should wait, and whenever he can be on here to review that movie and do all that.
Yeah, we'll just carry that over.
Yeah.
So this may not provide the greatest audio experience, but what we're gonna do now is we are going to do I almost said it, a Dad Lab Christmas gift exchange, but we're gonna do a Christmas gift exchange real quick.
The podcast Christmas exchange. We're like the Washington football team of podcasts, which I have no problem with. I like the way they marketed themselves lately.
Yeah, so maybe it'll just be our faces on our new artwork. But,
that's gonna bring in listeners. Our faces.
No, mine won't. So here's yours. I forgot one. I already told you I forgot one. How do you want to do? You want to do every other?
I'll open one. You open one.
Okay, and I'll kind of.
Since there's only like 4 things here.
And I'll let you describe.
Save that one for last, though.
Save this bad boy for last. One. Okay.
All right. So this one is from Landry.
It's from my son Landry to Andrew.
Oh my goodness. Is it a Magic 8 Ball? It's kind of.
Well, we'll see.
And did he wrap this?
No, Lauren wrapped it. No.
She must take pride in that wrap.
She's a very good rapper. She wrapped Ellie's. She's a very good rapper.
I think a lot of wives are.
I'm not.
Me either.
I'm not.
I did wrap yours though. I'm proud of them. They turned out pretty good.
Dude, no, that's way better than mine.
Oh yeah, you told me about this. A stress ball.
So he got, and it's weird how it worked out. But we were in Marshalls or Ross or something, and he saw this foam stress ball. It's got a smiley face on it. He goes, "Hey, Dad, I need to get this for Andrew." And I walked up to it and I squished it. I was like, "You know what? That actually works. Like Andrew would appreciate something like this."
It's something that can stay right here whenever we're feeling stressed. We can just bust it out.
I figured you'd keep it in your truck.
That's so thoughtful though to worry about my stress level.
Yeah.
And it's got a smiley.
It's got a smiley face.
Well, thank you, Landry. Very thoughtful. Thinking for my my well-being,
your mental health.
This is gonna be in Ellie's room though in a minute.
Oh yeah,
she's gonna want to play with that.
All right, so here we go. To Matt from Andrew. He got me a DVD copy of MacGruber, which is a staple. We got MacGruber sitting on the desk here. And I was going to say I'll post all our gifts up on Instagram, but it's no point because it's going away. So, yeah. So, I got a DVD copy of MacGruber, so that's pretty cool.
I've given that copy out, or those movies out to several people over the years.
I don't think Kristen Wiig has a hotter role. She's hotter in a movie.
Wait till she's dressed up as MacGruber.
Oh, God, yeah. Now, I've seen it several times. Thank you. All right. You got some more at the bottom of that one.
Oh, got the cards.
Yeah, so you're going to have to open that bad boy
up.
That's
Gallimore. Ooh. You got these graded, bro. Got a Michael Gallup and a CD Lamb.
That was at the bottom of the bag. Don't worry about that.
Oh.
I don't know what that is.
It says, "We love you, Landry."
Oh, yeah, I grabbed that bag out of the closet.
Fuck yeah, man. I love graded cards.
So I got him.
A rookie CD. And is that a patch?
That's a patch.
A patch of Gallup, all graded, 9s and 10s.
A rookie patch, Michael Gallup, and a rookie CD Lamb.
And then more Cowboys. Gallimore, another CD Lamb rookie. That's a sweet card, too.
Gallup rookie.
I love the, just look at that card.
That's your favorite player, so I put him in there.
A nice Zeke. But it's a illusion prism.
Yeah, it's an illusions, yeah.
Those are nice cards, dude. That's that pack. Did you get a pack from Alex?
I got.
Did you ask him?
Yeah, he didn't take the bait, dude.
Oh no!
But I didn't ask him. But I asked him.
You got to be straight up.
No, I feel bad, so I didn't. I didn't. Why?
You got to barter. You got to give him something in return, though.
Well, I don't have much to offer.
I gave him my HBO Max password.
Yeah, I don't have any. I got YouTube TV. I could give him. Got your Leighton Vander Esch Prism.
Dude, Prisms are such nice cards. It's an Emmett Prism, another LVE. And a fucking Derrick Henry. I love Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
I was so disappointed watching that game last night because we had it on and
40
I was just watching
yards.
it. Was that his total out of what seems like 30 carries?
Yeah. He got held to under 40
big
yards.
props to Baltimore because that's exactly what they needed to do to win that game. You have to shut down Derrick Henry. So
and make Tannehill beat you.
They did what they needed to do. And anyways.
That bag's fucker. I didn't figure they were going back in the bag anyway.
Going back in the bag.
But yeah, I got you some cards.
I love them. I love cards. We need to go back to Worth because Claire finally she got me a gift card. She told me on Christmas, like, hey, one gift I got you, but I can't find it. It's a gift card to Worth. I was like, well, where is it? It's in my purse. It was in her purse for like 2 weeks. She knew it was there. She just couldn't find it or didn't want to go through it.
Well, we talked about it. Like, I hate when Lauren asks me to grab something out of because I don't know how they do it. Like, it is a sea of receipts and little smaller bags within a bag.
Receipts as if they're worth money over time.
Yeah, and trash.
It's receipts, trash, and some kind of like cosmetics.
It is a walking trash can. Like, it is just filled with shit. Like, y'all can't. Again, this isn't very audio, friendly, but I know where everything is in this wallet.
Yeah. Me too.
Every single thing.
You got a coin part from there? Or a coin?
Yeah.
Right here? Dude, that is nice.
It's a little cash.
Oh, see, I'm an old granny. I think that's for coins. So you pull out a nickel and give some boy to like go watch a movie.
I would if it was 1947.
Yeah, right? Like I'm very old school about it. I figured that was a coin pocket.
No, that's where I keep the cash though. So,
oh, here's your sticker. Got a Grateful Dead.
I got a
Teddy playing soccer. Matt won a state championship while playing soccer. Look at that.
I love soccer.
He does love soccer.
So which one?
Go for this one.
Go for this one. Okay.
And I think another gift of yours was ruined because of our carelessness of these packets of this gift.
Oh,
it's beef jerky.
Beef jerky. This had to have been like $68 because the price of beef jerky is insane.
What sucks is though I got one of those for my brother-in-law, and you remember that Cliff Harris card I outbid you on?
Yeah.
I had every intention of giving that to you back, and we individually wrapped it, and Claire must have put it on the top of this. Well, I think without looking, she grabbed yours that had the card and gave it to Dakota on Christmas Eve, and I think obviously he wasn't thinking his card, and I think he just ripped it open and was like, hell yeah, beef jerky. And a Cliff Harris card is now
in the trash
somewhere, like in a waste landfill, like in
landfill.
In Milwaukee, because I was like, no, there was a specific card on there that was meant to go. So he got that card.
Okay, and I did forget one of Andrew's. Like I feel bad, like I'm opening more than he did.
It's okay.
But I did forget one. Me and Andrew both share a love of olives.
Garlic stuffed olives in my jam.
Any olives, garlic stuff,
jalapenos are really good too, but I feel like I can't eat as much.
Have you ever had the one with feta cheese inside? Or
no,
blue
but
cheese?
I did have feta last night because we were getting drunk and we ordered a pizza, and Claire's all about feta cheese on her. She likes pineapple pizza with feta because she's a fucking weirdo.
Okay, well, I'm not going to say anything.
We said enough.
Oh, here we go. I'm opening the last one. He got me some supplements.
No, ignore the box.
He got me a pyramid scheme.
That'd be Claire's involved in that.
Oh no, what is this?
What is that?
It's a mat. No way, dude.
You like that?
He got me a front door mat with my signature opening, hello, and welcome.
Dude, I was so proud of that.
Dude, where did you get this?
On Etsy. You could get them customized. You can add any font you want, and like I had that idea like a month or two ago.
Oh my god!
To get you that, because that is like your customary, trademark intro. And I was like, I could totally get that on a front doormat, and it would be special just for you.
And when I came up with that, it was out of nerves and not knowing what to say and not knowing what I'm doing. All these
episodes later.
Hello, and welcome. Oh yes!
I don't know if you want to say that one out loud.
I'll do. I won't say. It's just something that I've always wanted.
I'm like scared to say it.
It's something I always wanted, and I never had the balls to order it because I didn't want to end up on a list.
I think if I was gonna order one, and then I was like, fuck it, I might as well get two and get on that list. So it's the Unabomber Manifesto by Ted Kaczynski. Got you a copy, buddy. So now we can rage together.
Dude, I'm so excited. And I'm glad Lauren's not here, because I don't think I've ever had a reaction like that to anything she's given me.
to that format.
Dude, that is so cool.
It came out nice too, because obviously I didn't tell him to add all the different font. And I didn't know if like punctuation was important, like if I needed a comma or a period at the end. But it came out really nice, and I ordered it like mid-December, and it didn't come in until like January 6th. That's why I was.
That's what's sketchy about Etsy.
Oh yeah,
you never know.
It could have, because it actually came from the UK, and they're like it could be up until the 14th of January. And
dude, that is so cool.
That's why I was glad. For one reason, we kept putting it off, because I was like, no, I want you to open this on air and get that recording.
That is so cool, dude.
Yeah, that was the one gift I was proud of. All the other ones were like just filling space.
I feel like shit now. I got stupid football cards, and you gave me something like heartfelt. Like,
it's okay, man.
But that's how you win Christmas.
Hey,
that's how you.
I feel like I did a good job this year.
You did a great job.
I got Ellie like a racetrack. I got Claire a metal detector that she's always wanted.
You did a great job.
The little things.
All right, so what do we want to get into next as I take my sweater off?
Man, he's really appreciative of that gift.
Sweaty, dude.
He's taking off his clothes now.
You're about to get it. No.
I watched some football yesterday.
Yeah, so did I.
I did get to watch some football.
So did I.
Because yesterday we had my sister-in-law, brother-in-law, and mother-in-law come over, because it was Landry's birthday Saturday, like you said, but it was my wife's birthday on Wednesday. So we had like a delayed get together for, like, my mother-in-law made chili, which was the perfect day, because we haven't even mentioned, like, it actually snowed here yesterday.
Yeah,
like, legitimately snowed. And it was great. So we had chili, for the afternoon, and it just like carried over all day, and we just hung out all day. Like after we ate, we're drinking and stuff. But oh yeah, I was gonna say we did have the games on, so we were hanging out because like they all know I want to watch football, but I'm not the kind of asshole that's gonna turn a game on. So I'll turn it on and I'll silence it. I'll put it on. I'll turn the volume all the way down. So we're still hanging out, enjoying ourselves. But because that's why I texted you, and I was like, what the fuck's going on with Cleveland? Like every time I look up, they got a turnover and they're scoring.
Yeah.
It's like Kareem Hunt was just like living in the end zone. It seemed like, and Nick Chubb. So I got to watch that, and shit. For a second, I really thought Cleveland was going to Cleveland because I kept saying Pittsburgh didn't give up. So good for them.
Because there was like a period in the third quarter, like, and momentum's a weird.
They got it within like 12.
Momentum's a weird. They got it within 11.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing that you can't really. You just feel it. Like me and you have been watching football long enough to like you can just feel.
You can tell when the momentum changes. Yeah.
And I was like, okay, this is it. Cleveland's about to, or Pittsburgh's about to turn it back around, and I'm gonna feel sorry for Cleveland.
I would have been heartbroken for the whole city of Cleveland.
Baker stepped up. Nick Chubb stepped up, called game.
They had players out, too. They had good players.
And they had 1 day of practice before that game.
Really?
Because of COVID.
They had the perfect game, though. I mean, they forced turnovers. They did, and I saw Ben Roethlisberger. What did he have? Was it 400 or 500 yards?
500.
Cleared 500.
On like 68 attempts.
Yeah. Well, he broke. I think it was 49 completions, so he set a record.
Yeah.
Regular season or postseason for completions.
He left it all out there. I mean,
yeah.
There were times in that game he looked really bad.
But a lot of his interceptions too seemed like a lot were deflections. And I feel like that,
sure, yeah.
And that sucks for the quarterback because nothing you can do if some guy gets his hands up, because you were probably about to throw a laser.
Yeah.
Guy got his hands up, ball's in the air. It goes against you, but I don't see that as a quarterback's fault when a ball gets deflected. So he played good, is what I'm saying. To be where he's at and actually contemplating, I was going to say contemplating suicide, contemplating retirement. He played great. I mean, 500 yards.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
We could be a real changing of the guard, though. I just think if Roethlisberger and like Drew Brees both retire, Phillip Rivers might.
The next generation
could be Tom Brady could retire. I mean, there's a lot. It could be a whole new generation of quarterbacks, but they're in good hands, though.
No, Mahomes and Lamar Jackson and Baker and
Kyler
and all these guys
over Lamar for sure.
And Dak and all these guys are going to carry us, and then you've got
and then you had a great rookie class. Yeah, who knows about Herbert, Tua. Burrow, all these guys.
Burrow was back in the building yesterday.
That's good. They need to get him some protection. They need to use that pick and draft, what's his name? Sewell, the Oregon. Penei Sewell. Or I heard there's a guy from Northwestern. They got to just protect him. Yeah. That's what they need to do with that first pick.
I think I'm about to pull all my Burrow stuff all down off eBay and just wait till next year.
Yeah, now you just got to wait for the value to go back up. Because if they get a weapon and he can progress more.
I like T. Higgins. Tyler Boyd stepped up big time this year.
When AJ Green's like your third or fourth like receiver, then you got good weapons, and Joe Mixon's a great pass catching back.
Yeah, and I just think they're a player or two away on the offensive line, and then on the back end of that defense, and they'll be fine. I mean, they're in a tough division with Baltimore,
maybe the toughest division besides the NFC West.
Yeah, which you want to talk about Seattle?
Yeah,
how surprised.
I was thrilled, though. I was telling Alex, our buddy, I was like, I wanted LA to win the whole time. I'm a bit of a Russell Wilson hater. I think it's just that perfect image he portrays, and it's like, I wouldn't mind seeing him throw an interception here. And I saw that pick six.
Boom.
That was awesome. And, I've just been a bit of a Russell Wilson hater ever since he won, and they crowned him like the second coming.
Well, a lot of you don't know, Alex, just shout out to you. I'm forever in debt to Russell Wilson because he delivered me my second fantasy championship single-handedly over Alex. So I'm a forever, Russell Wilson fan. But it just seems like if you need him to win a game, and he should have 2 Super Bowls, and that's not his fault. They should have ran the ball.
They should have ran the ball, but
they should have ran the ball.
And I agree, that was the wrong call. But he did throw the interception. He did into the game.
He should have 2. But outside of that, it seems like that people want to talk about Dak and Romo not winning. I mean, and Russell will never be put in that same group because he's already got a Super Bowl. But if I had a game to win, I'm not picking Russell Wilson.
No. And I saw that ever since, because he got off to that hot start, and everyone's like, that's the MVP without a doubt. But he tried to trademark to let Russ cook.
Yeah.
And I saw somewhere where since then, if you looked at his stats, he just fell off a cliff since he tried to do that. He was without a doubt the front runner for MVP, and now I think we said before, he's never gotten an MVP vote, let alone
second,
close.
Third,
yeah, so he's never gotten a vote. At first 4 or 5 weeks of the year, everyone was like, yeah, just give it to Russ, now it's over. And now it's like, is he going to get any votes? Because I think it should be Aaron Rodgers. I think it's without a doubt Aaron Rodgers. He had statistically, 46 touchdowns and 5 interceptions? I mean, that's a ridiculous ratio. I mean, that's 9-to-1 ratio of interceptions to touchdowns.
For me, it's him, Derrick Henry, or Tom Brady.
I would say second place for me is Derrick Henry because he is the most valuable player on that team. If you take him out, of course, last game, he had a turd of a game, but yeah.
Well, that proves his value.
2,000 yards. If he
doesn't have a good game,
it's game over.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's just stiff-arming people into their graves, swinging that big dick around, slapping people's helmets.
I think, and then for me, top 3 in that running has got to be Tom Brady. Look what he ate. I mean, that Tampa Bay team was not good last year.
They had weapons, though. It's not like he took a ragtag team.
No.
They had a great receiving core, but he did make them better, without a doubt.
He made them better. And the way he's playing at his age, he's 43, man.
Yeah. Did you see that picture where they put up a picture of him and George Blanda?
And George Blanda
looks like so 76. Rough. Looks like he just got off the front lines of, whatever
WW2.
Insert battle here. And they were like, yeah, and Tom Brady's older than George Blanda in this picture, and I was like, he looks 20 years younger and so much better.
That's what technology does, man.
That's what hard living would do to George Blanda. Yeah. Jesus.
He wasn't going home and drinking his TB12.
Yeah, he wasn't drinking guacamole smoothie.
He was going out and shooting whiskey and bumping coke off whores' asses.
God bless you, George Blanda.
But
the real goat.
So, do you have a prediction? I know we wanted to wrap up here, do a short one. Do you want to get into the national championship tonight? Do you have predictions? I think it's Alabama.
I do.
Unless Justin Fields can come out and keep him in it, and it's going to have to be, in my opinion, it's going to have to be a track meet. It's going to be a track because you're not slowing down.
I wonder what the over/under is for the scoring. It's probably closer to 80. It's probably I would bet it's in the 70s for the over/under points.
Yeah.
And I would take the over because I think it's going to be an entertaining, fun game.
Yeah.
And I think when you look at the best two teams, you really should look at NFL prospects. And these two teams have the most NFL prospects on their roster. So to me, they're the best two teams. Like, everyone thought like Clemson, but if you look past Trevor Lawrence and Travis Etienne, like, they don't have the same guys on defense they've had in the past.
They graduated a lot.
Yeah, they've had first-round picks already graduate, and this isn't their year to restock. I never believed in Notre Dame. Always thought they were a farce. So it was like Ohio State, who's got first-round talent.
They had questionable. There's a lot of question marks around whether they should have been in to begin with. I don't think they should. I think that should have been the punishment for. That should have been the punishment for the Big Ten.
Dragging their feet. Because they had to amend a rule, which I thought was bullshit. I agree with you, but then I also agree that they are one of the 4 best teams. I agree. I think I agree with both things. They shouldn't have gotten in because they didn't play enough games to qualify. But they are a top 4 team.
I thought A&M should have got in.
Over Notre Dame. Notre Dame.
Did you see how A&M performed in their bowl? Their only loss was to number 1 Alabama in the first week of the season, and then after that,
Alabama's just trucked everyone since. So it's like that's a good loss. You know, you can have good losses in sports. That was a good loss.
Yeah, absolutely.
I felt terrible for A&M.
Yeah, me too. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a track meet, and it's a weird. Alabama was really interesting to me this year because in years past it's been built on the defense.
Their offense is incredible.
Mac Jones, who it'll be interesting to see him, starting after tonight, his prospects going forward.
I hope somebody wants to draft him with the number 10 pick, and we can trade that pick and move down.
I'll be looking at Patrick Surtain real hard.
Yeah,
at number 10
I heard a mock recently where he was mocked to us.
Yeah, and he was. I want to say it was him. He was coached by his dad in high school. His dad was an NFL player. He's got the pedigree. He came in and started as a freshman for Nick Saban.
That's all really good. It's just a freshman to start for Alabama is you can't get more higher praise in college football than that.
Yeah, so it'll be really interesting. It's the last college football we have for a while, so enjoy it. I'm sure I'll be watching. I'm sure we'll be texting back and forth.
One good thing though is after that we'll immediately start like draft talk, which I don't know if listeners care about that, but me and Matt that's like our favorite thing. And I was watching just that really starting with the Big Ten championship. What's his name? That Ohio State running back. I shouldn't have brought it up without knowing his name, but he looks like a little Derrick Henry. He's just out there just knocking people over.
Dadgummit, I can't think of his name, but he looks really good. And then we've got good NFL games this weekend. We've got.
I don't remember the matchups though, but I'm rooting for team. I'm 100% Team Bills.
It's Kansas. It's Chiefs, Browns, Buffalo, Baltimore. Yep.
I'm Buffalo.
And then it's Tampa Bay and Green Bay. No, Tampa Bay, New Orleans in a rematch for the 3rd time.
Oh, nice.
And then Green Bay and the Rams. Yeah, so it's going to be pretty good.
Yeah. I've already hitched my bandwagon. We briefly mentioned fantasy football, and I've just suffered my 4th championship defeat. So I know now how the city of Buffalo feels. To lose 4 championships, not in a row, but within it's in 6 years though, man. Mm-hmm. 4 championships lost in 6 years. It's very heartbreaking. It really sucks, especially when your second place winnings. I just donate back to the league, which I hope people appreciate because that's a lot of good beer and whiskey for the draft.
That's right.
But I'm Team Buffalo. I was talking again to Alex about it because he was like, "Well, they just don't have a good enough runner." Because I guess Zach Moss got hurt. Because I was working. That was the noon game Saturday. But I was like, "Dude, Josh Allen is a hell of a runner. He's not their featured back, obviously, but if he needs to get a goal line score, he can do it."
He's
progressed so much. I couldn't say enough for Josh Allen. Because remember Jeff Kavanaugh on the fan, we know, and he was taking dumps on him. He hated him.
Yeah.
But he's owned up to it, and he's like, he's worked his way into being a great quarterback, so he can take back what he said and own up to it. And I was the same way. I was like, who's this kid out of Wyoming that can throw a ball a mile, but they were like, he can't hit you 10 yards downfield. He doesn't have the accuracy. He doesn't have this and that, but dude's worked on his craft and perfected. Well, I wouldn't say perfected it, but really worked on his craft, and he's Pro Bowl. He's going to get more MVP votes than Russell Wilson, guaranteed.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, after everyone thought Russell Wilson was going to go ahead and win it, it's like Josh Allen. I would actually put him ahead of Tom Brady.
Yeah.
And I would say he's probably third, in my opinion. And we haven't even mentioned Patrick Mahomes, but he's going to win so many more.
He's like
it's not this year.
He's like LeBron, in my opinion.
Or Mike Trout.
He could win it every year.
Yeah.
He could win it every year. LeBron could win MVP every year, but you're not going to do that. I mean.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. But honestly, and not because I don't want to take anything, and I don't like Aaron Rodgers as a person. They seem like he's a douche from what I've heard.
His own family doesn't even.
Yeah, his own family. But he fucking earned it this year, dude. Without a doubt. He could see a common game from this year would be 20 of 24, 312 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Like, he'd have more touchdowns than incompletions, and he'd be so efficient with it.
And I cannot stress this enough, with 0 weapons.
Yeah. Well, Devontae Adams.
He's
a hell of a weapon. And people don't appreciate or understand Robert Tonyan, who I picked up in fan. He led the NFL for tight ends and touchdown receptions. Who the fuck knew who Robert Tonyan was before the year started?
Well, you picked him up right before me, yeah.
And Evan Ingram made the Pro Bowl over Tonyan. And I looked it up. Ingram had 1 touchdown all year. Tonyan led, like I said, tight ends with, like, I think it was 10 or 11 and got snubbed.
And Darren Waller had a hell of a year for tight ends for Las Vegas.
Those were all on our friend Justin's team, too. I really thought he had a chance with Rodgers, Adams, and Waller. And, I mean, he had a stacked team, but just didn't work out for him. Sorry.
Nope. Sorry. Suck it, Juicy J.
Yeah, fuck you. I'm still looking for my first championship.
All right. So I guess with that, we are going to get out of here, but we are
definitely going to get a more frequent
schedule.
Yeah.
We're going to come up with a new name. We'll be back. We're not going anywhere. The Dad Lab may be dead, but this podcast is not. So if you have any ideas, please feel free to reach out to me or Andrew and let us know and help out. We'd love to make you part of this.
We'll make you famous.
We appreciate everybody listening and all the feedback we get. I ran into Brady last week at the pub, and he thank you for all the kind words and love you showed me.
I feel like we don't have the most listeners, but we got some pretty loyal listeners.
No, we got some cool ones for sure. We got the best listeners. So,
Mom, you're the best.
Your mom on Instagram cracks me up, dude. She's like, I don't know who that bearded man is, but he sure is handsome.
Thanks, Mom. Thanks for making an incest joke about me online.
No, she's just telling how good looking her son is.
Okay.
You'll always be her baby, so she can.
That's
say
true.
That.
Love you, Mom.
But no, we're not going anywhere. We appreciate everybody.
Just rebranding and regrouping.
We're rebranding. That's right. But for the last time, I'm Matt.
You just said it's not for the last time.
For the last time on the Dad Lab podcast.
Okay. And Andrew.
We're out.